Shabbos. This week we begin the book of Shemos. This week's Parashah is also named Shemos. And starts off by saying, "And these are the names of the children of Israel." Shemos means names. I mentioned before in my earlier Parashah readings, what is in a name? And they will find out here that by saying a name can kill somebody. Moshe Rabbeinu, we find out in the story, we find out his life story in this Parashah, goes out into the field to see the people of Israel working. He goes out and sees an Egyptian striking a Hebrew. He looks this way and that way. Sees nothing in his future worth saving. And so he strikes the Egyptian down. He kills him. How does he do this? Many people say that he hit him. Rashi brings down that he said God's mystical name. God's hidden name that is said can kill a person. When Moshe goes out into the wilderness, into the desert, encounters the burning bush, he says to God, "And when I go to the people of Israel, who should I say sent me?" He knew his name. Why did Moshe ask God for his name? The reason is because the Sefer Emes brings down that God has many names. Not one, but many. Moshe needed a name that the people of Israel would know to unite them, to bring them together as one, to make them a whole, to be able to free them. There are 4 reasons why the people of Israel were redeemed from Egypt. The first one, because they did not change names. Parents of children in Egyptian, when they were in Egypt and slaves, gave their kids Jewish names and not Egyptian names. They kept to Jewish tradition no matter what happened to them. The people of Israel were always given Jewish names, and that is why they were saved. By a name. Rebitzi Youngrice mentioned last year in a speech I heard from her that it's the mitzvah to say a person's full Hebrew name fully and to not cut it off into a nickname. To say the person's Hebrew name fully is a mitzvah. It's a great thing to say in the mystical realm. We also learn here one more thing I will mention, that's it. Moshe Rabbeinu shows lack of faith, not once, but twice in this Parsha. The first time is when God is saying to him, "You will go to the people of Israel and say this to them, and they will believe you and follow you." Moshe says to God, he speaks badly to the people of Israel, saying, "They will not follow me. What if they don't believe me?" One, lack of faith. The second, Moshe Rabbeinu was heavy in speech. Rashi brings down that this means he stuttered. Heaviness of speech means he stuttered. Why didn't Moshe have faith that God would give him a way to talk? Clearly, that people of Israel will believe in him. He lacked faith. You must have faith in everything that you do. Everything that we do requires faith. And if you don't have faith, what do you have? I'll give you a story. About a month and a half ago, I was given an opportunity to go see a guy in Lakewood, I mentioned before, who gave me the tools that I needed to overcome my speech deficit. Like Moshe Rabbeinu, I was heavy in speech. I stuttered, I talked fast. I had faith that this would end, and that God would give me a way to stop it. A month and a half later, it's gone. to the point where now I stuttered maybe 10 times. And you know why? It's practice. And the second and most important reason, it's faith. I have faith in Hashem. I pray to Hashem that He would help me overcome my disability, my heaviness of speech. Moshe Rabbeinu was punished for this act of not believing in Hashem. Moshe Rabbeinu was destined to become a Kohanim. Have a child of Cohen's descent from him. Aaron, his brother, was destined to be a Levi. His sons destined to be Levites, to sacrifice to Hashem. Because Moshe lacked faith in Hashem at that point, Moshe Rabbeinu was deemed to be a Levi. His kids were deemed to be a Levi. And Aaron was given the right of Kohanim. It's simple how much faith can alter an entire realm of Judaism. If Moses did not lack faith there, myself right now will not be Levi, I'll be Cohen. Imagine what would happen to you if you lacked one bit of faith. If you invoke a name, God's name, what could happen to you or someone else when you say that name? My blessing, my bracha to you all is that you keep your Jewish names. You use them as much as possible. This is the reason, this is the way to get out of exile. To get back into land. Israel, be redeemed by Hashem. It's the one thing that we can do now to save ourselves. Second bracha to you is that you do not lack faith in anything you do. As you keep your faith strong and united together with prayer, with study of Torah, in any way that you can to have faith in Hashem. I want to wish you a great Shabbos, a beautiful weekend. I'll see you next week. Erev Tov.